For most of human history, Neptune did not exist. Not in myth, not in legend, not even in the earliest maps of the sky. Ancient astronomers carefully tracked the movements of the visible planets, Mars glowing red in the night, Jupiter shining brightly as a wandering star, and Saturn moving slowly along the zodiac. These worlds shaped calendars, guided navigation, and inspired entire belief systems. But far beyond them, in the cold darkness of the outer solar system, another planet moved silently, completely unknown to human eyes. Even after the invention of the telescope, when astronomers began uncovering new details about the cosmos, Neptune remained hidden. It was simply too distant, too faint, too slow to reveal itself against the background of stars. And yet, long before it was ever seen, its presence was already being felt. In the early 1800s, astronomers studying Uranus noticed something subtle, but deeply puzzling. Its orbit did not behave exactly as predicted. There were tiny deviations, small irregularities. At first, these differences seemed insignificant. Measurement errors, perhaps. But over time, the pattern became undeniable. Uranus was being pulled, very slightly, by something invisible, something massive. Instead of ignoring the anomaly, scientists turned to mathematics. Using the laws of gravity, they began to calculate the position of an unknown planet, one that had never been observed, but whose existence could be inferred through its gravitational influence. It was a bold idea, to discover a world not by seeing it, but by predicting where it must be. And in 1846, that prediction became reality. Astronomers pointed their telescopes to a specific region of the sky, and there it was. Neptune, a planet discovered through calculation before observation. One of the greatest triumphs in the history of astronomy. But discovery did not mean understanding. For more than a century, Neptune remained little more than a distant blue dot. Even with increasingly powerful telescopes, its surface revealed almost nothing. No storms, no clouds, no visible activity. Just a small, cold, featureless sphere at the edge of the solar system. A world that seemed quiet, still, unchanging. That illusion lasted until 1989. That was the year Voyager 2 arrived. Launched by NASA in 1977, Voyager 2 had already completed an extraordinary journey, visiting Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus before heading deeper into space. For over a decade, it traveled across billions of kilometers of empty darkness. Then, finally, it reached Neptune. What it found would completely change our understanding of this distant world. At first glance, Neptune appears serene. A perfect sphere of deep nascential blue, smooth and almost glowing against the blackness of space. But as Voyager 2 moved closer, that calm exterior began to unravel. Because beneath that tranquil appearance lies one of the most violent environments in the entire solar system. Neptune's atmosphere is in constant motion. Massive storm systems churn through its clouds, driven by powerful Adahelia energy rising from deep within the planet. Winds tear across the atmosphere at speeds exceeding 2,000 kilometers per hour, faster than any winds ever recorded on Earth, faster than the speed of sound. These are not gentle currents. They are supersonic forces capable of reshaping entire weather systems in a matter of days. Among the most dramatic discoveries was a Vishal storm known as the Great Dark Spot. Roughly the size of Earth, this enormous vortex swirled through Neptune's atmosphere like a giant cosmic hurricane. Bright white clouds formed around it, high-altitude methane ice crystals caught in powerful updrafts. The storm appeared stable, persistent, a permanent feature, much like Jupiter's famous Great Red Spot. But Neptune had a surprise. When astronomers later observed the planet using the Hubble Space Telescope, the Great Dark Spot was gone, completely vanished. In its place, new storms had formed elsewhere. This revealed something extraordinary. Neptune's atmosphere is not stable. It is dynamic, unpredictable, constantly evolving. Storms appear, drift, and disappear, all within just a few years. The planet's deep blue color is one of its most striking features. This color comes largely from methane gas, which absorbs red light and reflects blue wavelengths back into space. But Neptune's color is richer, more intense than that of Uranus. This suggests that something else is present in its atmosphere. Perhaps unknown particles. Perhaps complex alchemia processes not yet fully understood. Even today, scientists are still working to explain exactly why Neptune looks the way it does. Beneath the clouds, conditions become increasingly extreme. Neptune is classified as an ice giant, but this name can be misleading. There is no solid surface, no Earth to stand on. Instead, the atmosphere gradually thickens into a dense, superheated fluid composed of water, ammonia, and methane. As depth increases, so does pressure, millions of times greater than Earth's atmosphere. Temperatures climb to thousands of degrees. And under these extreme conditions, something remarkable may occur. Carbon atoms could be crushed into diamonds. Deep within Neptune, it is possible that diamond rain forms, solid crystals falling through the planet's interior like glittering stones descending into darkness. A process both beautiful and alien. Encircling Neptune is a faint system of rings. Unlike the bright, icy rings of Saturn, these rings are dark and difficult to see. They are composed of dust, ice, and mysterious dark material. But what makes them truly unusual is their structure. Instead of forming smooth, continuous bands, parts of Neptune's rings are broken into arcs, dense clumps that seem to gather together. Why they remain stable, why they do not spread out evenly, is still a mystery. Orbiting this distant planet are 14 known moons, each one unique, each one holding clues to Neptune's past. But one stands above all the others: Triton. Triton is unlike any other large moon in the solar system. It orbits Neptune in the opposite direction of the planet's rotation, a retrograde orbit. This is a powerful clue. It means Triton did not form alongside Neptune. Instead, it was captured. Long ago, it likely originated in the distant Kuiper Belt, a vast region filled with icy remnants from the early solar system. At some point, Neptune's gravity pulled Triton in. The capture would have been violent, altering its orbit, heating its interior, reshaping its surface. What Voyager 2 discovered there was astonishing. Despite being one of the coldest places known, colder than any planet, Triton is active. Geysers erupt from its surface. Plumes of nitrogen gas burst upward, carrying dark material into the thin atmosphere before falling back to the ground. This was the first time scientists observed active geology on such a cold world. It changed everything. It proved that activity is not limited to warm planets. Even in the frozen depths of the solar system, worlds can still be alive. Neptune itself holds another mystery. Emits more than twice as much energy as it receives from the sun. At such a great distance, sunlight is weak, barely warming the planet. And yet, Neptune generates its own internal heat. This heat powers its violent atmosphere, drives its supersonic winds, and fuels the storms that rage across its surface. But where this energy comes from is still not fully understood. And perhaps the most remarkable thing of all is how little we have explored. The encounter with Neptune lasted only a few days. A brief flyby, a single moment in time. Since then, no spacecraft has returned. No orbiter has studied its atmosphere in detail. No probe has descended into its depths. Today, scientists are planning the next step: Future missions could send orbiters to circle Neptune for years, mapping its atmosphere, studying its rings, and exploring Triton up close. Some concepts include probes that would plunge into the planet's clouds, transmitting data until they are crushed by the immense pressure below. Because Neptune is more than just a distant world, it is a key to understanding planets across the universe. Many of the worlds discovered around other stars, exoplanets, are similar in size and composition to Neptune. By studying it, we are not just learning about one planet. We are learning about thousands,